first Shimon.
Sorry.
I have to ruin everything,
And
don't you?
we're back.
Jake just
For
called it the Octagon.
The Octagon podcast, episode 5. Myself, Jake Broderick,
Clarification.
Sam Hayward, and Johnny Scott here for
I'm here, of course, because
episode 5. We're going to talk about UFC Fight
Get
Night
it.
166. Was around 2 weeks ago now, was it? A week ago?
Yeah.
There wasn't a fight
was
last
a week
weekend,
and a half
so
ago.
this weekend is UFC 247, Jon Jones v Dominick Reyes. But firstly, we'll go back to talking about UFC Fight Night 116. The main event was
1-6, 116.
Blaydes v Dos Santos. It was a Blaydes KO in the second round.
Whoa.
So what do we think of that fight?
It was alright, to be fair.
Boring.
Curtis Blaydes tried to take him down like a good 6 times, didn't he, before he started to use his hands. I didn't realise he had hands on him until he actually knocked him out, though, to be honest.
They didn't really throw that much. But I didn't really like it that much.
Well, no, they're not great fighters, and let's be honest, he's a bit past it now, and Blaydes is not fun, so it was never going to be a great fight, was it?
No, Curtis Blaydes ain't fun. It was a decent knockout, though.
I think looking from the start, it was looking like KO Blaydes was looking most likely to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
From
he
watching
kept
the
trying to
first
get...
round and that, and Dos Santos did absolutely nothing really.
He was constantly trying to get Dos Santos on his arse, though, wasn't he? He described himself as the Habib of the heavyweight division, which I don't think is entirely possible in that kind of weight class, but he's equally as boring.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, Junior Dos Santos, do we think he's done now then, really?
Yeah. Well, I think he was done before this fight, regardless, but yeah.
He sort of lost his chin. If you're getting knocked out like that by Curtis Blaydes, there's something wrong. He honestly, he took some shots and he just looked like in sheer pain. You know when fighters kind of hide their pain behind like a face, they put a bit of a rock face on and they won't let anybody see their weakness. Like Jon Jones will snap his foot and he'll keep fighting for another 2 rounds, won't tell anybody about it.
Yeah.
Like his fight against Gustafsson. Like, Dos Santos just looked like he was in pain for the entire fight. He's just lack of concentration, I don't know. It's a
Yeah,
weird one.
not fun. Nah, it didn't interest me. We said this on the podcast last week, a couple of weeks ago, that we weren't exactly excited for it, and I think that's fair enough. It wasn't great. There's better fights definitely on the card. He's definitely come away with something massive, Blaydes. This is big for his career. He's definitely come out the best.
He was number 4 anyway, wasn't he, before this fight, so we all know where he wants to go next.
He's won now 3 in a row, so it's big for his career. He's probably going to have some sort of shot in a not particularly stacked division soon. Maybe one more win and then they'll put him up for the title. He's got Rosenstruck, hasn't he?
Ngannou.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be a...
I think it'll be between them and then whoever wins that'll be for the title. I think
Can
Blaydes will
you
get the
see
chance
Curtis
next time.
Blaydes taking down Francis Ngannou, though?
Yeah,
No.
but probably. You could take him down. I don't think he'll win. I
Could
think
you see
he'll
him
get
controlling
knocked out.
Francis Ngannou?
Well, the problem is-
I just couldn't see it. I don't know
I couldn't
why.
see it.
If
I
he
possesses
too much
gets
power.
Ngannou down, Ngannou's in trouble because we haven't seen him off his
choke
back.
him out.
We haven't seen him off his back. But I don't think he beats him in a fight. I don't think he gets close enough to take him down without taking it too hard of a bomb and then he's out. Because Ngannou, we've not seen Ngannou off his back really. I don't think we have. He's clearly not had much of a tank on him when he fought Miocic, did he?
That was years ago, though. He's changed since then.
I know, but we haven't seen him go. That's what I mean. The only time he's really taken the distance, he's been shocking. That was was it Derek Lewis he had that fight against? It was the most boring fight of all time.
That was maybe the worst fight I have seen. Yeah, that was terrible.
That was a couple of years ago.
I think it was about 20 strikes thrown or something like
Yeah,
that,
they
wasn't
said
it? Let's see,
something like that.
something that little.
Wasn't it a main event of a fight night or something? So it was 5 rounds of just boredom.
I
Can't remember. It was obviously 3 or
It would
5.
have definitely been main or co-main.
But flipping it, that was. That's why it suggests to me that Ngannou really isn't there.
Well, touching on that, you could potentially say that, in terms of his stamina and the consistency inside a fight, that maybe Curtis Blaydes could exploit that weakness and say if he does get him on his back, which I don't know if it would happen, but say it does, because it's not impossible. It might. No one knows. Then maybe he could like squeeze his air out of him. We haven't seen anybody do that to Ngannou yet. Curtis Blaydes could be the type of person to try and push that.
Well,
I could see it happening now, to be honest, thinking about it.
It's definitely doable. I just don't think he's good enough. Like, and not a particularly impressive performance against JDS doesn't really look like he's going to be able to beat any of the top names in this division, like Rosenstrike, Miocic, who does seem to be in trouble with an injury or something. And then he's probably not better than Ngannou. And he's, you know, if Cormier ever fights again, he's definitely not better than Cormier. So.
And Jon Jones, who's talked about a potential move up to fight Miocic, isn't he?
Yeah, Jones probably only loses to a lucky strike from one of them, and definitely not someone who's taken down. He's definitely better on the floor than all of these people. Jones is definitely better at most things. So I think, looking at that, it's not like Rosenstrike's definitely better version of Ngannou, in my opinion, as a fighter.
I don't know. I don't think he was winning the Overeem fight until they got stopped.
Yeah, but that's what he has. Like
that one hit.
I think that's
all it takes.
He's better at, like, if you're looking at lengthy fights, he's better at than Ngannou is. If we just look at the difference, Rosenstrike's an absolute animal, and I think he's. But I think Stipe Miocic is probably a bit better than most of them right now, though. And then I don't think there is a place for Curtis Razor Blaydes in there.
No, Stipe's better than Curtis for sure. I would love to see Jon Jones go up. I've been saying that for years. I think it's something that he needs to do.
He has.
If he wants to become the GOAT,
he did go up.
I want to see him go up and tackle the heavyweight division instead of bobbing his head into it. That will make him the GOAT, and that will make him the pound for pound best fighter. Like he already is, but we all know that he dips fights and chooses them when he likes and feels like it.
Well, at the moment, he's not. To be fair to the man, he's fought everyone in front of him, beating everyone in front of him.
He is fighting at the minute.
He's being a bit tactical with it though.
He's got horrible, like really harsh, that no contest on his record. Other than that, he's been flawless, except from his.
No one considers that as a loss, do they? He's undefeated.
From his drug problems and problems out of the Octagon. He's a pretty good man at fighting. Let's be honest. Would you say he's probably one of the best of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. For me, probably is.
I think in order to concrete that, he needs to move up to heavyweight and dominate everybody up there as well.
Well, exactly. You've got like GSP, who, different division champions, who's, but I think Jones is probably.
From what I've watched, I'd say
Jones. Yeah, probably. Pound for pound, definitely the greatest of all time.
Mm.
He's definitely the pound for pound best fighter in the UFC right now. Like by definition, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll talk more on him anyway when we come up to it.
We shall.
So it was Blaydes' second round. I think I had Blaydes' first round that time, if anyone remembers.
Oh,
I never remember what I said.
I think I got Curtis Blaydes right.
Yeah.
But I'm not too sure about Chiesa. I think I might have.
I had the Chiesa.
Yeah, you had Chiesa by decision. And I had Curtis Blaydes round 2, I think.
Did I have Chiesa?
I don't know.
I think you might have said Chiesa would do it in shorter time.
So,
yeah, this
boring. Second fight, the co-main, was Dos Anjos v Chiesa, which went to decision, and Chiesa won. Which, yeah, I did say in the podcast, I think that was looking most likely, to be honest.
Yeah, we all sort of predicted that. He just used his mass, his size, his gangly limbs to just get himself all over Dos Anjos, didn't he? Yeah,
I think, like, unanimous decision, right decision. He just overpowered him with his height, etc. He was just much more stronger, really.
Well, he looks
powerful.
good. He moved up, didn't he, Chiesa, from... what's the one below? I'm forgetting. Below welterweight.
What was that, sorry?
Is it the one below welterweight? What is it again?
Middleweight.
Middleweight, sorry, yeah. And he's 3 fights in a row in welterweight. Wins against Sanchez, Condit, and now RDA. He looks brilliant in this division. I think Chiesa, really impressive at welterweight. So, and he's a lot bigger, isn't he? He's not a small welterweight at all.
But Rafael Dos Anjos is.
Yeah, he's obviously a small one, but he's we said this, but we also said like he's got that ability to he's been around for long enough. He's fought bigger and smaller dudes, and he knows how to win. So I think this is a really big win. Like that's a massive win for Chiesa. 3 in a row at welterweight. I think he's in a really good place. We'll see where he is because he had some some big losses again at 155. So here at 170, I think he looks really good, to be honest. And I quite like the future for him. Yeah, because he's tall, isn't he? So he can't put on loads of muscle, but he just looks like a really good fighter. He's always looked like a good fighter, though, Chiesa. I think he's just like he's had a couple of losses to, that Kevin Lee loss wasn't good for him.
Yeah, but Kevin Lee's making moves now, so it's almost one that you can kind of disregard. If Kevin Lee goes on to do some good stuff, it's like, oh yeah, but he lost to Kevin Lee,
He lost
Pettis.
He lost to Pettis, yeah.
But his last 2 wins, he's just overpowered him, isn't he? Sanchez, Diego Sanchez,
uses
Sanchez. So talk about at the end, he called out Colby Covington, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
It was weird though because he came back, didn't he? And then walked off again.
In his pre-match interview, he literally just goes, "Colby Covington, want to fight? I'll see you next."
Yeah. I think he gave his 8
and then
he
out.
He was like, "I'll see you in March" or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I bet he approaches that fight with the same way he approached his last 2, though.
I bet you Colby doesn't take that fight.
Nah, he won't. But if he does go for it, Chiesa's not going to change his game style at all.
I haven't seen if Colby said anything. I just know Colby's complaining about the Usman
Yeah, he's not happy.
decision.
Surprise.
Still saying it's fake. It shouldn't have been.
You have to get rid of him, don't you?
He was clearly out. It was the right decision for me. But he's going to moan. He's one of them type of people. He seems like definitely. So
it was dead harsh in a way, that decision, but like it was the right decision. But I think they could have kept it going.
But it was going to happen. But it's not one of them to moan and dwell on. I don't think. But he definitely is the type of character.
Yeah. He's playing that character. He has to moan and dwell on it so he stays relevant, and then people reconsider it, and he keeps twisting people up the line at UFC, keeps getting these big fights, tries to get his rematch,
Well, like we said, I'm still not too sure what where he goes from this, Like Colby, there's some good fights in the division, I think, but Chiesa's not a smart one for him to take. Like Chiesa looks too good, and he has to win his next fight, really.
Colby would take Chiesa, I think.
I think
he would win, Colby. But it's whether he looks impressive. He needs to look really good against him to make people want to see a rematch.
Yeah, like if he struggles on the ground against somebody like Chiesa, who would wrap around him like a spider monkey.
He's very good on the ground.
I know, but you can never... I was saying about his approach to fights, Chiesa's just going to go into every fight from now on. If it's somebody he's against that's shorter than him, he's going to wrap himself around them. It's one of these things that you can prepare to tackle, and you never really can. If you're marking someone that's 6'7" in football, you know that they're going to win every header no matter what you do. It's just a part of life.
Yeah.
True, yeah. So what do we think Dos Anjos is doing coming out of this? He's lost.
I think he'll still fight. I think he's one of them now. He knows he's not going to get a title fight, but I think he won't give up. He'll just keep fighting for the money, stuff like that. Just like Overeem does in a heavyweight, do you know what I mean? Like
Overeem's been going
constantly fighting.
Do you think he's looked good for a while though? He's lost 4 of his last 5.
Who, Dos Anjos now?
Dos Anjos.
I think he's kind of more past it now, isn't he?
He's lost against massive names like Usman, Covington, Leon Edwards.
Oh yeah, he's fought the big fighters now. He obviously beat Kevin Lee as well, didn't he?
But like since
4 or 5, but
since 2017, he's won 1 in his last 5.
Yeah, I think he can't compete with these type of fighters now.
It's 170. He won his first 3 at 170 when he moved up. Then now has only won 1 in his last 5. Do you think he goes back down?
Yeah, go down.
Yeah.
But
I'd go back down now. I wouldn't stay in the.
Didn't he? Was it a struggle with cutting or something? Because he's older now. Cutting's harder when you get older. It's gonna have a lot of wear on his body, and
he's a big build for a small guy as well.
He's chunky, isn't he? And apparently his walking weight's quite heavy. He would walk around out of camp. So I think it'll be hard for him to get down.
He just has to focus on that walk around weight, and if he can keep that down, then maybe he can start hitting
Well,
a
that's
smaller
the same with
weight, but-
Habib. Apparently, he has a really heavy walking weight,
Yeah.
but now he's started proper nutrition. So he's gonna, instead of just camp cutting, he's gonna constantly be at a really good level. So this could be, I know it's completely out of nowhere, but this I think this fight against Ferguson's gonna be incredible. I know it's absolutely out of nowhere, but when what I was reading was
it's
just
potential the best fight in UFC history. So, here's a question: 17 wins for Chiesa. How many KOs?
2.
3.
0.
Oh my god.
That's cool.
I know his submission and 11 submissions, 6 decisions, but
I knew it wouldn't
that
be
is surprising for 17 wins not to have one KO.
I just
though.
thought he might be able to flick a couple off.
He
Just,
does- he
just
does-
like a
he has-
little punching early on the career by
It's not
someone.
as if he doesn't have some power in those
Yeah, I
arms.
know.
It's like
I think it's.
He does look a bit
that is
gangly though,
surprising.
standing though, doesn't he?
It's probably because from the start of the fight he does go for to get him down, doesn't he? Goes for the grapple straight away. So maybe that is why, and it doesn't. But it's surprising he hasn't KO'd one person.
Well, a lot of people use their punches just to.
But
force
11 submissions, that's quality.
Yeah, he's definitely a good fighter. He's definitely been slept on a lot, because he's such a good fighter.
His 4 losses are good fighters as well. Masvidal, Joe Lawson, if you remember him.
Joe Lozon, yeah, he's a good fighter.
Kevin Lee and Anthony Pettis. So yeah,
All good fighters, to be fair.
I
in their time as well.
He's ranked now 7th because he's just gone up, so he's gonna get a good fight.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I think that was the point of this fight, wasn't it? Really.
I can't see him being a division topper in this
if-
in welterweight, but he's a fun fighter anyway.
We've
isn't he?
obviously got Edwards Woodley. There's Masvidal. He's not gonna fight Masvidal. Colby. There's obviously Colby, but if there's not Colby, Wonderboy maybe. That'd be a tough fight.
He's very tall.
Yeah, so that's a challenge, isn't it? Meeting someone similar to him.
But Wonderboy's a massive, really, really good striking kickboxer. So I don't know if that's a smart fight for him.
It's maybe not, but
Obviously,
he can't not. If he loses then to him, he doesn't deserve
No, true.
anything
But
bigger, does he? Really?
it's about taking the right fights for where he's going, and I don't know if for either of them it's a great fight. I think it'd be fun for us because it would be seeing 2 completely different styles going at it. But I don't know. I feel like he could get
I just can't
a
see
clean
anyone
hit from
who would
Thompson.
fight unless they put a Jeff Neal and him together.
I was about to say Jeff Neal. Even though Jeff Neal is now ranked 11th.
Well, you're giving
Yeah.
Maybe a Nate. That could be a big
You're
fight.
giving Jeff Neal a name though. If he gets a win over Chiesa, Neal's looking
'Cause
really good.
He is. Them two kind of deserve it, don't they? So
Neal's a good fighter. He's looking really good at the moment. So I'd like to see that.
yeah,
Jeff Neal versus.
yeah. I think
Michael
that'd be right
Chiesa.
with them both being upcoming. Well, even though they're not been around for a while, but yeah.
Yeah,
You want to
definitely.
hear something funny? Conor McGregor's ranked 15th in welterweight.
I know. He's gone down, hasn't he, for some reason?
Brilliant.
After a win, he goes down. So yeah, that was UFC Fight Night 166.
Anything else you want to
It
talk
was.
about?
It wasn't. I think we watched the full card, didn't we, Johnny?
Yeah.
It wasn't a great fight night. It wasn't great, but there was a fight of the night. Was the quality Welsh Brett
right.
Johns, Welsh legend.
Don't forget Arnold Allen. That was-
Yeah, Arnold Allen.
Yeah,
got
but
a win
I'm
for
on about
Allen.
fight of the night, yeah.
Alright,
So
sorry.
obviously it's going to be the Welsh.
The Welsh Dragon.
The Welsh.
Don't know.
Rockveiler. Rockveiler?
Rockveiler.
Rockveiler?
Rockveiler.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying here. But he was very good. If any
Yeah.
of you did catch it, I'm not sure you might have. Because it was the first fight, but it wasn't on the TV, was it? It was before the prelims for some reason, like an early prelim. I don't know why that was, but that got given fight of the night. And if you'd seen it on the first round, he literally sat on his back. So he was on him. So he was
Yeah.
Gravely was stood up, and Brett Jones on his back.
I love seeing them. Like sort of standing submissions and stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, he got the submission in the third round. He did, so he was just punching away, and it made him release. He was on top of him on his back and punching away, and he made him release his neck, which was free for the choke, really. So it was good for him, a good win for him, and he's like 16-2 now. He's got quite a good record.
He's got a really good record.
But it's one of them. For a Brit, Arnold Allen, like you say, he's got more of a chance of.
Yeah, two British lads, 16-1 and 16-2 now. It's nice.
Is it something like that? Yeah. Arnold Allen 16-1, is he?
16-1, yeah, with a third round decision. Win.
So third round decision via
Nick Lentz.
That was it after Josh Emmett got replaced, didn't he? He was meant to. So it was lucky because Lentz gave him a fight. To be fair,
yeah, definitely.
And Emmett would have been a tougher fight, and Emmett's a bigger fight.
Yeah,
but at least he's got through that Nick Lentz.
Well, we did think the experience could come into it, though, didn't we? Somebody, he's got 30 fights, he's got 30 wins, 11 losses, not even 30. He's got an abundance of fights, so he's got so much more experience over Allen. And Allen, even though he didn't look incredible, he seemed to sort of take it in his stride a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Allen's newly ranked now, so he'll get. Well, he did have that Josh Emmett fight, didn't he?
I do think they'll try and get that back on or something.
Yeah, definitely. And
people like
Jeremy Stevens v Calvin Guitar got confirmed yesterday, by the way.
Jeremy Stevens
v Calvin Guitar in the featherweight division, which will be a
racking
fight.
Stevens always got a decent fight.
5 wins in the UFC, I believe, for Allen now.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah, definitely. So there's definitely going to be a few he could fight, if not Emmett, I think. You've got that Sadiq Youssef. Who's there?
Sadiq Youssef.
I don't want
those two going together, though.
Shane Bird, Josh Emmett, obviously. Moicano. There's a few.
Yeah, it's fun. I like Moicano.
There's a few. It's not a bad division, the featherweight division.
No.
Four upcomers, anyway. And obviously, actually, in a way, Volkanovski's champion. Forget about that. Over Holloway now. So anyone could retake that, really, couldn't they?
To be fair, he's got some nice wins. Amir Khan, he's not a terrible fighter. Gilbert Melendez, also not a terrible person. Nick Lentz, also not that bad. Some really good name.
Yeah, it's what you got to go through to get up there, isn't it? Especially being British, it's kind of. It's harder, isn't it? Because there's not many in the UFC, is there?
Yeah, they always get straight up like we did see with Till. If you're in from Britain, they sort of throw you straight away because they know what Will as Brits think. Oh, an English bloke, let's say, or a British bloke.
They cash in on the British audience, don't they? The UFC. They either want to try and forge a British champion, or they just chuck him in the deep end against Tyrone Woodley and see what happens.
I do find that Leon Edwards is not talked about enough, though.
I think Leon Edwards is boss.
But he will be if he wins Woodley. So
definitely, if he beats Woodley, yeah.
Woodley's ranked first.
I just feel like, we haven't heard, Till's obviously a louder character and he's not a talkative bloke, Leon Edwards, but, I think he looks like the brightest prospect in England, or Britain, as of right now, so that'll be a great fight when they fight.
Brett Jones, yeah?
Edwards. Gabby?
So, that was Fight Night 166. Just before we move on to UFC 247, they've released women pound for pound rankings now.
Oh. Go on then.
Who do you think's top 3?
The champions.
I'm going to say Amanda Nunes, Zhang Weili.
Zhang Weili third. Second is Shevchenko.
I was going to say Shevchenko third.
First is Nunes. Surely, because Nunes is the best.
Yeah.
It's correct, Nunes is first. The Shevchenko one, she should be second because of Zhang's new, isn't it?
Did I just get that right?
You got that right.
I'm such a genius, honestly. It's ridiculous.
Weili's a
Katlyn Chookagian's 10th.
Chookagian. She's not bad, to be fair.
It's a bit weird, she's behind,
Who's she behind?
She's behind Holly Holmes, Yamanda Randamie, Tatiana Suarez.
Holly Holmes?
I'm surprised she's behind maybe them.
Holly
but
Holmes
not
just
surprised
got a win,
she's behind
didn't she?
Joanna, Rose, Jessica Andrade, people stuff like that, isn't it?
Where's Rose?
5th.
And Joanna's 4th?
6th.
So who's 4th?
Jessica Andrade.
I suppose. I would have put Rose as 4th.
And me, yeah, I would have too.
But I suppose
Joanna J. She's fighting Zhang Weili next, isn't she?
Yeah.
Joanna
That's
Jacek.
next month, I think, or something like that. So, UFC 247
Yeah.
Mm.
this
So
weekend.
The two undefeated light heavyweights in
Oh,
inverted commas, yeah.
definitely undefeated Jon Jones.
The
with
Weidman
one no
killer.
contest.
versus the GOAT.
One draw, one no contest.
So, yeah, main event, Jon Jones.
Oh no, he has actually got a loss, hasn't he?
The
Jones against that knee on it, that dodgy knee.
Dominick Reyes. Yeah, there was a.
Oh no, it was strikes to the back of the head.
Yeah,
they
but it was
cancelled
a disqualification. That's what the loss was.
Yeah. Wait,
So,
apparently they're talking
the one
about
that-
overturning it.
Yeah, I
which
did see
I
that.
think they should because
Yeah, they should.
keep the no contest against
It would look good.
against Cormier because he was on.
Yeah,
PEDs, keep
no
that.
contest mean nothing. It's not a loss or anything, is it? It's just, I think it's a pointless thing that's on your record. I
No,
think they should just scrap it.
no, because he won the fight, but then they can't give him the win because he was on PEDs. So like, it should say
No, I
that
suppose
there was
yeah.
a fight. He needed no contest. He
Yeah.
really should have lost because he cheated.
I suppose, yeah. It's just sometimes when they stop fights, it's like, oh, do you know what I mean? Because of a like poke in the eye or something, and then
Oh, they're ridiculous.
Kicking the balls.
yeah, and then you can't continue, and it's
Heavy.
like, oh, what's the point of even having a no contest to my record for that?
Imagine training like months for a fight, thinking about it constantly, and then getting whacked in the bollocks and having it called off.
They make that choice. They have 5 minutes to be fine. If you take more
I
than
know,
5
but-
minutes to recover from getting hit in the balls, then you're getting hit hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine if
I
he just
think
got
you will be
absolutely
getting
whacked.
hard,
Like,
to be honest.
They do have a cup though, so I just feel like you would, as pride,
Still hurts,
pride
come
as a
on.
fighter, you would be like, I'm carrying on. Surely, like everyone does. I've not seen one called off for a long time.
I can't remember who it was. Someone took the few minutes and just took it, like, stopped the fight, kind of, because he didn't want to carry on because he was getting beat, though.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
it's
Yeah.
like, that doesn't make sense. I can't remember who it was now at all. I don't feel like it was big fighters.
draws it out. I've seen
But
this
that
video of
shouldn't
some
happen.
Chinese lad, and he got absolutely slammed to the point where he just started vomiting in the middle of the ring. And he was just like going, he was being sick for like 15 minutes. Horrific. He's quite a bit. He's like some big chunky lad. I don't know. Anyone out there that knows who he is, it's trademark. So iconic.
So, yeah, watching it.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, Jon Jones, Dominick Reyes, main event. Dominick Reyes. Let's have a few words on him.
He looks
he's
good, doesn't he?
12
I
and
can
0.
give you one word. Overrated.
Harsh.
That's what you think, but yeah. Go on, you can tell us why you think that.
No, I just think Jon Jones has ploughed through so many people now that they're sort of churning up anybody that they think will create this kind of
Yeah, but surely
fight ambience amongst the UFC fans.
12 and 0. He does deserve it. It's not as if they're
Yeah,
just
he does deserve
feeding
it,
him.
and there's nothing wrong with that. But he's not this huge undefeated talent that I hope he does beat Jones in an unusual way. But I don't by any means think that he has the potential to just wipe him out. His last fight against Chris Weidman was awful. Weidman was abysmal. He got knocked out,
Oh yeah, that's true.
and then he beat Volkan before that. Ovin St. Preux, Jared Cannonier, which is fair enough, but that's back in 2018,
Yeah,
and then you
and
take it back to 2017. I don't even know who these two fellas are.
No. Cannonier also moved down to knee to middleweight. That's why
Yeah.
he'd become his best. So, like, he clearly wasn't right
Yeah,
for that decision.
Cannonier's reformed now, even if he is a little bit old. So I think fair enough if he goes out there, gives it a good fight, then it's entertaining. That UFC have accomplished their mission, but I don't think he's much of a test for Jon Jones, and he said that himself. He's like, "You're nothing special, Dominic."
True, yeah. Well, he's ranked 4th in the division. So, similar in a lot of ways, same height. Jones has got those really long arms, hasn't he?
Yeah,
He's got longer arms and legs, Jones. So
yeah. The reach difference is huge.
yeah, he's got a just over 7-inch reach advantage. 6'4" is massive. We know how long and thin and gangly Jones already is. So Jones is just, To be honest, you're looking at probably like with the ability that Jon Jones has in every area of the fight. I do think it's probably going to be another dominating performance from him because he is an absolute animal in that division. To be honest, I can't see him losing. Which is why it shocks me that Adesanya would want to move up and try and fight. But
Adesanya just wants to do that because he's got that crazy champion mentality, though.
Yeah.
But I just think it's another one of those fights. You know, like Thiago Santos was fun, and it was probably the closest we've seen to a weakness in Jones's performance. But before then, we had Anthony Smith, and I just can't really see the difference in Anthony Smith and somebody like Dominick Reyes.
the Lionheart.
It's fair enough. I think there's a chance. Because I think he's a good build. He's powerful and he knocks people out. 7 KOs, 2 submissions, 3 decisions. So he clearly goes to knock people out. But I do agree with you in ways. I think it's going to be like probably.
It's just another one of those.
I think
fights,
it's going to be another win. I don't see him losing.
Take me back to the Gustafsson days. They were fun.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he's a good fighter and all, but is he good enough?
Yeah,
Probably not.
We don't know how they're going to turn up on the day. Well, that's one of them maybe, but from going off what we think, then possibly.
You say there's a chance. There's always a chance in fighting.
Yeah,
it takes one hit, but I would like to see Reyes fight off Jones's chest and like really try and get in his face a little bit, because if he fights him from reach and he tries to come in a little bit complacent, he's just going to get whacked about, I reckon. Jones has got that 7-inch reach advantage.
Thiago Santos was the only one who shaked him a bit, wasn't it? And then it looked like, oh god, there could possibly be something here. So
Thiago Santos was constantly moving forward. He was fighting off like Jones's chin. You know, he's just swinging forward.
I seen Jones say Thiago Santos is 2-3 times the fighter of Reyes. So I don't know if he's just trying to get in his head or.
What concerns me for him is the fact that against Saint Peru and Ozdemir, both went to decision. Not particularly good fighters, and they're going all the way with them. Obviously, you got the Weidman first round win. By
Weidman didn't.
But Weidman's just a name, isn't he? More now due to the fact of his age and, chin gone, glass. Other than that, who's he really got wins? Cannonier was a round 1 win again. Fair enough, yeah. Wrong division for Cannonier. Then you've got Kimball. I've literally never heard of him in my life. And then
Kimball Slice.
He's some white dude with a big fluffy beard.
He's 30 as well, which is quite not young, is it?
And then he's got Christensen.
2 years younger.
But he's only 12 fights. He's not going to have all these fights, though, is he? Because you have like 6 or 7 fights before you get into the UFC. Do you get what I mean? So it is kind of.
Obviously, yeah.
We can't really say he's fought nobody because a lot of people haven't. So. But
I just
maybe this fight is a bit early for him in a way. Maybe he should have one more big fight before this, but it doesn't matter now, does it?
Yeah. To be fair, like
if he wins, then it doesn't matter. Oh, if he loses,
you've got to give him it.
If he loses, his career's not over. Do you know what I mean? He's got one loss,
all.
and it's to Jon Jones. So it's
Yeah,
he might have another chance again if he gives him a good fight.
And Jon Jones is trying desperately to get under his skin, trying to get in his head a little bit. He's saying all these crazy things.
I think he's going to do that to every opponent now, isn't
he does it all the time. He does it to Adesanya, and he's not even got like a dated fight or anything. There's not even potential there yet.
But he has said he'd welcome that fight. So I don't.
He hates Adesanya.
I think he'd look up Adesanya. I do really hurt him.
I don't want to see it.
I know you're a fan of Adesanya. I am too.
Oh yeah, it's silly for me if Adesanya takes that fight.
If he takes it, I don't want to see it for a long time.
I forgot what I was going to say. Right.
Call that.
We're going to predict it then.
That was what I was going to say.
Jon Jones.
Because I was going to say my prediction. Because I think Jon Jones. Decision I'm going to go for.
Jon in the third.
Jon in the second.
You got to tell us way, lads, because Jon Jones can do anything he wants.
I'm going to say elbows from the top.
Spinning back fist off the cage.
He's going to be on top of him. He's going to take him down, get on top of him and bang him with elbows, and that'll be that in the third.
Yeah. I just think it'll be one of those things where he builds up his strikes and his momentum and then he just catches him,
I think Jon Jones unanimous really decision, but
you think he'll be all over him, start to finish?
I think it'll be similar to the Thiago Santos Gets a bit shaky, but I think it just crawl through it.
Stroll.
So yeah, that's the main event. Looking forward to it, to be honest. But yeah, co-main women's flyweight title. Jon Jones is the title, by the way. We didn't even mention that, did we? But light heavyweight title.
This one is
women's flyweight.
number 1 contender versus the champ. Should be a good one.
Valentina.
Bullet.
So Valentina, the champ. Let's firstly talk about her 18-3.
Yeah.
Two of her losses have come to Nunes, which for me is obviously, we've talked about before, the greatest woman probably to a fight maybe in the UFC.
Yeah. Who Nunes?
So yeah, so 2 of her losses have come to her.
Yeah.
I think another one was earlier in her career. Didn't see the name.
I think we looked.
And but she's one of the ruthless women that's around, isn't she? Yeah. Shevchenko, if we remember her leg kick 2 fights ago against Jessica Eye, if you remember that.
Yeah,
that was brutal.
I think
knockout.
she's really good. Obviously, the difference in this fight, Chookagian's 5'9" compared to Shevchenko's 5'5". That could show something.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But the actual reach is 1 inch.
Is it?
So.
I was looking at Chookagian, and she's a scrapper though. She's definitely
she's got
scrapper.
long legs.
If she just goes for it, then we could see something.
She just goes for it. She runs and just.
Yeah.
It's easier to punch down than punch up, isn't it?
Yeah, it was literally that, and she has a. I think it's a challenge.
You're right. She has a 0 takedown average per 15 minutes. Like she doesn't attempt takedowns.
No, she's got no submissions. She's got 2 KOs.
Yeah, her strikes are really good.
10 decisions. 10 decisions out of 13-2 record. So, I think that this one could, with Shevchenko having a mixed record too, this one could be
I like this
a 5-rounder as well.
I want to see them both just go all out.
But it might not be. It obviously could be first. But this one's, I don't know this one.
Yeah, I like this fight. I like the idea of it. It looks fun,
So, Chookagian did lose to, I can't remember her first name, but I think it's Liz or something like that. Liz Camouche, if you've heard of her.
Yeah, I have.
It was who Shevchenko fought last fight.
Yeah.
And Shevchenko beat her on decision last fight in August. I don't remember it that much. But Chookagian lost to her as well, so it's one of them, isn't it? But it doesn't matter in ways.
As well.
Yeah, she lost to Eye, yeah.
I was in 2016 as well.
Yeah, so it's years ago. It doesn't necessarily matter, does it? But
the loss to Eye was in 2018, late 2018. So it's about 2 years ago now. No, it was just.
Eye's a good fighter.
Just
Eye's
over
always
a year,
been
sorry.
But obviously, Shevchenko knocked out Jessica Eye with that brutal leg kick.
Got some good wins though against like Calderwood and some decent names. I think she could fight her. It'd be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, I think she's fun. I don't know too much about her. I haven't seen that much on her. Shevchenko, obviously though, amazing striker, amazing, pretty much everywhere. She's really, really good fighter. Hard to beat probably. I really see Chookagian doing enough to stop Shevchenko.
Yeah, you want to see Chookagian go really all out for this fight and just try and drop her.
Oh, I want her to win because
if she's
too
got 10
bothered,
decision losses, it's like I just can't see it going all the way against someone like Shevchenko who's got more experience.
Yeah, I can't see it, but I definitely want to see it because I want to see a different champion. I want to see something different. Obviously, Shevchenko's been champion in 2-3 fights now, has she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's really good, isn't she? Shevchenko.
I do just want to see the difference because I don't think Jon Jones will lose the title. So, but obviously Shevchenko's before that, so it'd be nice to see if we get 2 title fights lost, 2
I'm
new
not sure.
title fights.
UFC can stay. The belt can stay with Jones, but this one I'm not bothered about. Yeah, I'd quite like to see a nice win, and then they'll have a nice rematch, I assume. So. It's quite nice, these two, to be honest.
Nice.
Decent fighters, decent. I can't see it being like the best fight in the world. I think they're just going to scrap and then. But I do think Shevchenko will probably win this fight.
Yeah, I think her experience will probably take her through it.
So
She's been there with the big people a lot. You know, she's got 2 losses to Amanda Nunes, but if she can put up with her for the most part, then I'm sure she can put up with Chookagian.
Yeah, exactly.
I want her, like I say, to just go out and really scrap for it, try and knock her out, try and get a lucky punch. But for myself, I'm going to say it's going to be a decision, Shevchenko.
Do you think decision? Yeah. I'm going to go... let's just say like a 3rd round stoppage. Why not?
That was Jake's.
It was actually both of yours and mine. 3rd and decision. So I'm going to leave it with you two there.
Yeah,
3rd decision, because I cannot split between them two either. So anything can happen, really. That one's really, really tough. But I do think Shevchenko will win.
Yeah, probably.
So I'm going to go... I was edging towards more the 3rd too, but I don't know. So
we shall see.
Yeah, so
Bella fight after this one.
Two of the big
right,
boys.
so the 3rd fight, nobody knows them.
Yeah, no disrespect, but who are you?
So there was a cancellation, Jimmy Rivera and Marlon Vera, which would have been a good little
fight,
scrap,
yeah.
but definitely.
I do like Jimmy
I haven't
Rivera.
seen much of Marlon Vera, to be honest, but Jimmy Rivera's obviously a legend at UFC.
Have you seen much of Juan Adams?
Oh, that's what we're going to talk about, yeah. So Juan Adams v Justin Taffer. Juan Adams 5-2, Justin Taffer 3-1.
Do either of you know their nicknames?
No, do you?
I've
I'm
never
looking
seen
at it
them
now.
before.
Guess what Joanne Adams is?
What?
It's water-based.
What do you mean?
Like, it's to
That's-
do with the ocean.
Oh, I thought you said that's his nickname.
Oh, I thought you meant
And
his
it's-
nickname was
Juan
Juan Water-based Adams.
Dude, I don't know if it's water-based was involved.
Water-based.
Go and give it a guess.
Ocean.
Juan the Wave Adams.
It's the Kraken.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And then-
I mean...
So,
Justin Taffer's definitely got a proper like Samoan nickname.
what do you think it is? If you,
Justin,
The Maori... The
Justin
Maui.
the Hacker Taffer.
it's not that bad, you know. It's Justin Badman Taffer.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it
That's
is
not
awful.
even like
Justin
Samoan
Badman.
or
Justin Badman
Polynesian
Taffer.
at all.
So
He's 6 foot, and the other Adams is 6'5".
Adams lost to Greg Hardy, if you remember, in the first round. That's how I do kind of remember him, because Greg
Hardy's
Hardy
huge as well.
beat him in like 4. It's like it was like I don't know if it was.
Was that the Inhaler fight?
I believe.
That might have been
It
the
wasn't-
Inhaler fight.
Well,
Greg Hardy got
wasn't-
an Inhaler.
Did he?
Yeah,
I don't
between
know.
each round.
No,
It
it wouldn't
might
be
not
that.
be,
It was.
but-
It wouldn't be that because it was first round.
To be honest,
never mind then.
I've not seen, but
So, Juan Adams 28, Taffer 26. These two have both lost their last fights as well. Juan
Oh.
Adams lost to Greg Hardy, and
yeah.
I think it was Juan
Yeah, he
Adams
did, sorry, yeah.
and someone else. And then
he lost to that Singh Bula.
Taffer's one loss coming his last fight as well, and his only UFC fight. So
Brilliant.
obviously these have been moved up from the early prelims, because that's what they did with their fight night the other week. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they will have been.
But they're gonna move a not like a fight up. But it's, I don't know. It's weird that it's this one, but.
Yeah, at least we get Beck
But
Fitch
it's,
and
maybe
Lewis
it's this one
earlier.
because they just like giving people a chance. Do you know what I mean? Like, these two are probably the least experienced on the whole card.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. De Castro, never heard of him.
They'll hopefully make the Shevchenko scrap a little bit more exciting as well, to be honest.
I genuinely, this is a
I would
snore.
love this to get fight tonight. I really would.
That'd be amazing. Well,
But I
that's the
can't
point
see
in it,
'cause
though, isn't
but
it?
It's heavyweights as well, though. It's not going to be. I
Yeah,
don't think,
big
so.
hands. I'm going to say Juan Adams knockout in the first round, redemption story, all over the news.
Oh, I'm going to go Taffer second.
Well, Adams has lost his last two. His last win.
Yeah, he's on a redemption story, mate, I'm telling
De
you.
La Roca. De La Rocha.
They're big lads. I'm going to go Taffer second.
He is 5 inches taller.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd imagine he'd probably win.
Who, Taffer?
Yeah. He's
Is
only
it?
six- he's only-
Taffer's 5
no,
inches taller.
Taffer's 6 foot.
Yeah,
Adams is 6'5".
Yeah, big Juan,
Oh.
big knockout,
Yeah.
first round.
And, he's only lost Taffer in the UFC, so... Yeah, I'll agree. First round knockout. Why not?
For Adams?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, lads, you don't know Taffer like I do.
But I knew his name was Badman.
Yeah, Taffer.
Mate, the
Second
Kraken's
round
going
for me.
to break him down.
KO. Tapman. So yeah, we'll move on from that anyway to
Wow, it's
the fourth
ocean-based
fight.
Adams.
Moving swiftly on.
Featherweight, about the Bosnian Mirsad Bektic
Do
v
like
Dan
Bektic.
Ige. I think this could be a nice fight. I don't know too much on them, really, to be fair. They're both not in the rankings and stuff, are they?
No. Bektic has got a little bit
They've been
more of a
around,
cult
but they've
following.
both been around for quite a while, though.
Is Bektic 14th in the division? Right.
He may be. I'm not 100% whether he's ranked, to be fair.
I'm looking at it. Says he's 14th, but I'm not sure if it's right. I don't know.
I've never really heard of Dan Ige.
No, I think I've watched them once, but they've always been on like the prelims and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Bektic has been knocking around on prelims for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah, so they're these type of fighters, but this is their biggest fight, definitely. It's for them to prove can you do something in the UFC, isn't it?
Yeah, they're at the right age as well. They're both 28,
But
so they're sort of like fighting for a bit of a career, really.
Yeah, but it's just like looking at Bektic, he lost early first rounds to Josh Emmett last fight. It's like, are they really going to be somewhere, these two? No, maybe. So it's maybe just watching this fight for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, some decent records. Should be
13-2 for Bektic, 12-2 for Ige. They're good records.
He's got some good wins in a row as well.
Yeah.
Ige, so that's, you know,
maybe Ige is the one, maybe more who could maybe do something then. Because Bektic,
he's won his last 4.
Yeah.
Should be interesting. He lost against Akre, didn't he? But
lost his first fight in the UFC. Yeah, decision, but decision is different. Well, then it can just not go your way, isn't it? Yeah. When you get KO'd in the first round or something, it's like, well, not this guy.
Well, although usually, if it's a decision, not a split decision, then a unanimous decision, then you tend to have been the worst fighter. But
yeah, of course, but like you never know. It could be.
Both very similar in builds,
in his first fight,
similar reaches, similar height.
Bektic has not been decent for a while now, to be honest. Looking at his fights.
Yeah.
Josh Emmett's always a tough fight, but Christ.
Yeah, I like Josh Emmett. He's a hard guy.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, I don't know. This one's a tough one.
It's hard to call,
really.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to call. But it should be interesting. They're good fighters, so it'll be interesting to see where we go with this one. And just a bit of fun, like compared to this Joanne Adams in Taffa, we know nothing about. We should maybe get us a bit more excited, especially with the fight before that. I'm dead excited for, to be honest. But this should be all right. This Bektic Dan Ige, I quite like it. I don't know where it's going. I don't know either of them well enough at all to try and put a prediction on it, but. Like, in terms of the fighters, I think they're quite interesting, decent fighters, decent knockout record for both of them. It should be interesting.
I maybe looks more for the submissions, to be fair.
Nah, Bektic hasn't knocked anybody out since, 2015.
Yeah, but he does have 7 wins by knockout and 2 by submission, so it should, not to take away from him, Johnny.
Just because I like Bektic more, I'm going to say he wins via submission. I've never really heard of Dan Ige. He's probably going to win it, but...
I'm going to go Dan Ige. Second submission.
I'll say second as well, but for Bektic, bring it on.
For a submission?
Yeah.
He's
changing
has done
his
it.
approach.
He has done it, but it's not his
go-to. I'm going to say a decision win for Ige.
Yeah, that could be.
It's probably going to end up going all the way.
Of course, we're not saying this off our
knowledge, no.
Fully knowledge.
We have nowhere near enough knowledge to be able to give a verdict on that kind of fight.
On these two.
That's why I've been random and said submission, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Big man Derek.
Yeah, this is...
the first fight of the night that will be held on the card is Derek Lewis v. Ilia Latifi. I always thought it was Lafiti and not Latifi.
It's mental how massive he is, Latifi. Like,
I've got a crazy thing that I'll say about him in a bit, but it's funny. But so Derek Lewis, 22-7. I was going to say Lafiti again. Latifi, 14-7. Both won, no contest.
Is he not
Lewis
15-7?
18 KOs. He's won, no contest. 14-7.
Who has what?
18 KOs Lewis has.
Yeah.
Which is out of 22 wins, which is pretty crazy to be fair.
We know. He's been around. The height difference is massive between these two. Latifi's 5'10", Derek Lewis is 6'3".
Really?
Huge difference.
That is a huge difference.
Like general weight, he went about 205. Has he moved up then, Latifi, to heavyweight?
Yeah, he's moved up. Yeah. He was at light heavyweight.
Yeah. Because he's not fought this division, whereas Derek Lewis has been here forever.
It feels like Derek Lewis has been around since the dawn of time.
Yeah, the ball sniffer.
I got sweaty balls.
It's not to suggest that he's got to put on a lot of weight, Latifi. A lot of weight. Like
Might
he's a
slow
big
him
bloke,
down.
but he's 6 foot. Like pace in this fight isn't something we should expect. With it being a Derek Lewis
not at
fight.
all. We're going to see windmills in this fight.
Oh yeah.
I like Derek Lewis though. I think he's fun. He's
Yeah.
fun. He's a laugh.
I didn't realise that he lost to JDS last year,
No,
which was a bit of a mad one.
I can't remember that much. Yeah.
And then,
But he's
beyond then,
obviously
on
he's beat
decisions,
that Ivanov last fight, hasn't he?
Mm.
Ngannou. He's beaten Ngannou and Volkov before, so good wins from there.
I really like Lewis. I think he's a good fighter. He's fun. You know.
And Latifi's obviously wanted this change, though. Maybe he thought he was too small for light heavyweight because he's coming off losses to Volkanovski and Corey Anderson, not the best fighters in the world, are they?
It sounds like he's just stuck, to be honest.
So he's just thought, right,
Well,
I need to go to heavyweight, and it's obviously he must be able to take the weight because he would go down otherwise. You know what I mean? If he's small, he must be confident in this.
Yeah. He'll be able to hit the weight because he's obviously a huge dude. Like he's massive, but I think this height is going to be a struggle.
Yeah, and you sort of, we all know Latifi's big, but Derek Lewis is a big dude as well. Like I don't think he's going to be asked about fighting someone that's quite wide, especially if he's got a huge height advantage over him. You know, those windmills are going to be clattering off the top of his head.
Because he can take people down as well, Lewis, and he's be able to use his weight and length and that ability in that area just to smother him. Especially, it's for people in heavyweight. Someone finding a heavyweight under 6 foot is
it's a bit unusual.
It's unusual
it's
in terms of finding someone who's huge and known for weighing around 260 pounds.
Yeah,
there's a massive weight difference between 205 at light heavyweight and 260 at heavyweight. Like it's a
definitely.
And to try and put that sort of weight on, it can't just be muscle. He's gonna have to bulk up a lot for this fight. And I just think he's gonna be so big, he's going to be slow and lethargic. I think it's going to be a struggle, this one, for Latifi. I like him a lot. I think he's a good fighter, the sledgehammer Latifi. But I don't know if I don't know. Like, Derek Lewis is a good fighter. He's been around a long time. He's got 22 wins.
he's got a lot of experience.
Yeah.
This is sort of his division. Even if he's not, ever popped near the top, a lot of people consider him to be one of the weakest top fighters in heavyweight division. I still think his experience and his knowledge of the game will just completely
he's
overcome
given people
Latifi.
runs for their money, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Like, that Cormier fight was fun.
He's definitely
I enjoyed
considered
that.
the weakest of like the top 5, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
The beast.
I'm excited for this fight because it'll be fun to watch them two fight. Cause I like watching Derek. He's just a fun guy to watch. Like, you know he's not going to compete for the belt, and he's not worried about that. But I think that's what makes him a bit more fun, because he's like, I'll go in,
Just enjoys
I'll get
fighting.
paid,
Yeah.
and
Taking his check at
he
the
doesn't go home worrying about how he's going to be at the end of the night. I think it's just like, right, let's go fight, let's have fun, let's make people laugh, and then that's why he gets these sort of fights, because it's fun and he's good, and some decent wins. He's not a bad fighter.
Artist.
Not bad at all. I like it. I'm excited for this one.
Verdict. What are you thinking?
I'll go Lewis second, I think.
Oh,
That way you got.
yeah.
Yeah, and me.
Knockout in the second. Let's just agree on it.
Let's
then.
agree on this one then. We've disagreed on a couple today.
We never
so
agree, so this is fun.
Today we'll agree on this one, because I agree too.
Nice and creative.
Agreement.
Opinions, guys.
Friends.
This hilarious thing for Latifi. His first fight was a no contest for Ivanov. His first ever fight in 2008. So Derek Lewis just beat Ivanov, isn't he, in the UFC? So they firstly fought in 2008 in Real Pain Challenge 2, Sofia, Bulgaria.
Real Pain Challenge 2.
That's a mouthful.
And it was a no contest because the ring broke. The ring. So I've just watched the video.
It's a lot
That
of
might
weight.
be the coolest thing I've ever heard. Have you got the
'Cause
video
I
on?
looked at it last night, and so I just watched the video. But all it is because it's a boxing ring.
Oh, they're slamming each
So
other
he's
around.
slammed
Oh
him
my
into the
word.
I
Into
don't know
the,
what you call like
the ring rope.
the ring ropes.
Yeah.
And it's just like they've all just collapsed.
It is collapsed.
So
Right, I'm going to run
I
around
don't-
because I really want to see it. Hold on.
so don't see why they possibly would even have.
Oh, we've got an ad. I don't know what is going on right now.
I don't see why they'd have them ring ropes there. Why, if you're gonna slam them into them, they're gonna come down like that. The big guys like that.
Yeah, that's why you use a cage in cage fighting.
But that's what Real Pain Challenge
To
2
be fair,
Sophia Bulgaria
I was
is.
really
They
hoping
use
for like
rope.
a tsunami.
They use ropes in one. They don't
Yeah.
always have a cage, and that works fine.
I know.
I think this was just, to be honest, Jay.
Crappy ropes.
I think they
crappy
spent.
cage.
I think they spent 20 quid putting this card together in a
It did say
Yeah.
faulty cage.
faulty cage. So
It
is
is
there
a
no
Two
contest?
Big fellas banging
It's a
each
no
other about
contest.
on-
Their
Ooh.
first fight as well, and they
That's
both
the worst,
become
mate.
decent fighters in the UFC.
Well, I was looking
It's
then, and
funny.
I saw he had a no contest, but I didn't know when it was from. But I
Yeah.
guess there it is. Well, it's a
Yes.
good way to get out of it, isn't it?
You can't spend like an unreasonable amount of money on some sort of crappy ring when you got those two monsters chucking each other about in it as well.
I
I'm
know,
not
but-
gonna lie though, I was really expecting.
But it
like,
was
the
their
cage
first
to
fight,
implode.
so they were like probably still kind of young
Yeah.
and like so they weren't anything big then. So
I was
Yeah,
hoping
true.
the ring would just like erupt.
Explode.
They were gonna go through it. Yeah,
Like that time in.
that's still quite good though.
Yeah. It's fun. It's weird. A bit of trivia in it. So
Mm.
yeah.
like that and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the
We're done.
UFC 247 main card. Looking at the prelims and that, there's nothing. Nothing.
To be honest,
nothing
these
Been
last
off some
two
names.
cards haven't been great.
There's not names we'll know. Honestly, there's Alex Morono, maybe.
Mm-mm.
No, there's honestly not anything I know really.
Oh dear. That's not fun.
It's not a good prelim card to be fair.
It won't be one to record.
No, but that'll be the UFC 247. We'll start at 3 a.m. UK time.
That's not. It is in
Should be
Houston,
great. It's at the Toyota Center in America.
in America.
Yeah.
It's a big place. That.
Yeah, it's a big place. I'm excited. Yeah, it should be alright. It's not gonna. It's,
Yeah,
we,
it could be good.
I think we're all agreeing it's not the stacked card. So
No, they're building up to the bigger cards later on.
3 weeks of fight nights is not.
3 weeks of fight nights coming up after it. So
But then we move on
To the big
To the
boys.
big boys.
back to the UFC.
Back to the UFC
248 it will be.
cards.
So yeah, so 3 fight nights coming up. Fight night 167 next week. We'll be back next week to talk on the Jon Jones. What happens this week?
We're about to
And-
talk about Jon Jones retaining again.
Oh,
The unusual knockout
Jinx.
Jon Jones suffered after 30 seconds.
To be fair, I always get these wrong, so I should probably show up now.
Fighting's crazy. You can't predict it really. The bookmakers even get it wrong. They're geniuses.
Yeah, anything could happen, and hopefully
Anything will
hopefully
happen.
we have
A mad one.
some big shocks, please.
Yeah, well,
Well, they're due some crazy fights though.
would you,
we sat
Jon
through a lot of
Jones,
rubbish
getting
fights.
knocked out in the second of the first round, and we'd be like, what the heck just happened?
Dominick Reyes does a Masvidal to Jon Jones.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Imagine.
I'd be sad because not most interested in Reyes, but you know,
And it'll be 5 a.m. and we'd waited up for all that time, and then it's just a KO in 1 second.
a few
It
tears.
would be worth it if it was
Worth
Jon
it.
Jones, though. Definitely worth it.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah.
worth it. It's like Conor McGregor was worth it when he knocked out Aldo. Right. So, yeah, UFC 247, 3 a.m. UK this weekend, this Saturday.
Mm.
We will see you next week.
Ta-ra.
Thank you.